everyone, hey and welcome back to yet another episode of Battle Rap Resume, yet another preview of a huge chalked out event. I mean, absolutely enormous. Like, you know, majorly excited for this one. From the headliner all the way down to the opening battles is just absolute gold. And I'm here with two of the architects, really excited to get into previewing this Volume 3 card. Please follow the show at Battle Rap Resume, get in touch with the show, battlerapresume@gmail.com. Support us on Patreon as well. You know, please give generously, and you will receive previews of episodes and such. Leave us reviews on iTunes if you want to help support as well. Ratings are greatly appreciated. But yeah, here with Ambi and with Shox, and Shox in particular, man, it's great to have you on. You know, to preview such a majestic card for this project you've been working on.
Thank you, Tom. Yeah, it's this has been a long time coming, not just for us, but I think for the UK scene in general. And we're really excited to be able to put this event on. It's been great working with Ambi and Frank and Natural sorting this out, to be honest. Like, the buzz in the group chat, as you can imagine, is crazy.
Yeah, I can only imagine. Ambi, like, I love it when, you know, new leagues go to new places to kind of mark out their own territory, you know, their own sense of identity. You guys going to Mangle, which obviously I'm not aware of because, you know, never been an event there before. Like, talk to me about a sort of a venue for battle rap. What's it going to be like?
Mangle is incredible. So we have progressively built a really strong relationship with the owners there. We're able to use it either at half capacity or full capacity. Half capacity is 400, full capacity 720. It has a stage, but we can also have a raised pit in the middle of the venue. Yeah, I mean, if you Google Mangle E8 and click images, like, you'll see what kind of venue it is. It's absolutely incredible. It's perfect for battle rap. It's somewhere that we can grow with, we can make our home for a long time, and fans can become accustomed to. So we're really, really happy with the venue, and it's really befitting of a card like this.
And this is Saturday the 10th of February 2018, so a little while away from us recording this, but obviously I'm sure tickets are going to sell out very, very shortly. You know, the caliber of this card. And Shox, just in general, we chalked out, it's been this you know, non-stop momentum, really, like really just strong, you know, inspiring kind of lineups, the events you've been throwing.
Thank you. Yeah, do you know what, me and Ambi were talking about this for a long time, you know, sort of as a pipe dream before we started actually putting it into action. And you know, we knew from the jump that we weren't going to fuck around. We didn't want to start and just sort of do the same thing that other leagues were doing. We wanted to set ourselves apart a little, and that's what we've done so far. It's about how you handle yourself, how you talk to people, how you try and book battles and treat people. Do you know what I mean? And to be honest with you, we've had a lot of battlers, a lot of fans get behind us, which has enabled us to put on the events that we have and set up the cards that we have. I don't think it's solely down to just us approaching certain artists and then wanting to do the work straight away. It's more a case of, you know, we've built relationships with them as friends, and it's enabled us to, should we say, pull in a few more favors, I think. But you know, it's integrity as well. It's about standing out from the crowd, and I think we haven't really discussed it, but I think we've got quite a good way of creating matchups. You know, a lot of the matchups that we've put together are things that we just want to see as fans, and I think that comes across when we're approaching the battlers. It gets infectious for them, so they've gone with it. You know, but we've had so much support, everyone from the UK battle rap groups, and, you know, online, obviously yourself. We really appreciate the support you've been showing as well, and it's been great.
And I mean, you know, the opening battle on the card shows that support, cross-league support from two guys who are sort of established in different territories. Podge Dwyer versus Topher. This is kind of, you know, it makes a lot of sense, I suppose, the kind of tiers these guys are on, the trajectories they have.
They're great writers. They are both great writers, and they're coming into their own. I think Topher's last battle, which was on Volume 1 against Akel, was, you know, his best performance. Almost, it felt like a breakout performance in the room. And obviously, you know, it was a bit of a one-sided battle Unfortunately, I just think Acre was a bit nervous, but Topher's definitely deserved to get on a card like this. So he's going to prove himself, and Podge he's smashing it, man. I'm a fan of what Rappers 4 was doing in general. But yeah, to get these two matched up is it's going to be a great opening battle.
Ambi, how do you see it?
Yeah, I think it's good for both of them to push onto a slightly kind of bigger stage as well, and with some bigger names and get a bit more exposure, and hopefully, like you say, that helps them continue on the momentum that they've built and are building on, and hopefully people start taking notice of these guys a bit more, and they can elevate themselves through the scene a bit and get bigger and better opportunities as time goes on.
And Ambi, we get to your old top 8 nemesis, Yorks. He's going up against DARPA here, which is quite a nice, I guess, rookie versus vets in a sort of way, in sort of legacy. This could be a good match, a sort of, second match of the day, fire starter sort of thing.
Yeah, definitely. I rate Yorks a lot. He's a good lad, and I think he's quite underrated as well for how good he is. I think a lot of people don't pay attention as much as they should to Yorks, and I think DARPA, from what I've seen of the guy, I think he can definitely carve a lane for himself and become, his own name as well. So I think putting them together will hopefully again kind of elevate their stock, and hopefully people will take them, a bit more seriously isn't the right word, but notice them and pay more attention like they deserve people to be giving them right now.
I mean, Shox, the skill level of DARPA, right? It's such a breath of fresh air.
Yeah, I mean, DARPA for me, like one of the standouts that I've been watching from Dub Scandal. Like I love the thing with DARPA though. I think the reason this matchup made so much sense is because they're both really good writers, but a lot of their bars are tinged with that total sarcasm. Obviously, DARPA are a lot more aggressive. I like the way that he switches up his cadence, and he can go from some really dark stuff to heavy punches, but at the same time, it's a lot about making his opponent feel like an idiot. Do you know what I mean? And Yorks has got that in droves, and I just think it's a brilliant matchup. I can't wait to see this one, to be honest.
Are you looking forward, Shox, to seeing your man Ambi yet again back in the chalked out ring against the saviour Danny?
Well, to be honest with you, that was the only reason I wanted to put this league together.
Yeah.
To force him to do battles, because he's a fantastic battler, and he doesn't battle enough, to be honest. But yeah, obviously this is sort of it's not written on a flyer, but obviously I'm sort of seeing this as like a league owners rivalry.
Right. Okay.
And I just think I like them both as people. I like them both as writers. I think Ambi's an incredible writer. And I think Danny's sorely underrated in his writing. He's a very creative writer, to be fair. Some of the stuff he comes out with is genius. So I think it's going to be a great matchup. I'm expecting a lot of hilarity from this one as well, to be honest.
I mean, Ambi, a big opportunity, as Shox says, in terms of sort of, figureheads of leagues, but also Danny Jack, he seems like quite a fun person to write for.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot to go at.
Yeah.
That sounds really harsh, doesn't it? But no, I think like Danny will be, he'll be interesting to write for, because I think I can be quite creative with a lot of stuff. And he puts himself out there as well, which is helpful, right? So it's always difficult to write for someone that doesn't have much of an online presence or anything, but Danny does. So there's a lot I can kind of pick at. He'll definitely be clowning me for a load of stuff, and vice versa. So yeah, I think it should be good. It's been in the kind of making for a long time. Being sort of discussed back and forth back in the old Don't Flop days, and eventually we just both thought, well, fuck it, let's go for it on a card. He wanted to battle, so it made sense to kind of set it up on this card.
And I mean, talking about making sense, Ambi, a battle like Most Prob versus Mr. Tongue Twister, that's just one of those ones where it's like, why the hell hasn't that gone down? This could be crazy.
Yeah, it's kind of one of them ones that you would if you saw it, you'd assume it had happened,
Mm.
right? But no, we had Most Prob on this card versus Heretic in a um, like a producer slash
Yeah.
on beat battle. So they were
Wow.
going to make their own beats and then battle over those beats. But unfortunately, Heretics decided to take a little step back from battling for a while just for some personal reasons. So um, really, really quickly, Tongue Twister was like, "Yeah, man, let's do it,"
Mm.
and Most Prob was on it. So, and it just was a perfect battle that they kind of made themselves, and it fits really nicely as well. So, really happy to see Most Prob come back, obviously
Mm.
onto a card. That's great, and also get Tongue Twister on a big card as well. Because again, I think Tongue Twister is not only is he consistent and he's really easy to work with, he's one of them that again is just underrated for no reason. So it'd be good to kind of him be in front of a lot of bigger names who will show him respect and hopefully elevate his stock to again where it deserves to be.
Yeah, this matchup should have happened a long time ago. To be fair, a long time ago. Tongue Twister's like in that position lately where the last few battles of his that I've watched, I've been so entertained. Like it just seemed. It seemed remiss to not have him on a card going forward. And I mean, one day I'm sure you'll learn about how battles get set up between Mr. Tongue Twister and Ambi. That's quite a unique way that they get set up.
Say no more.
Yeah.
Yeah, just especially seeing just Most Prob return to the fold really in like on a big battle arena is especially, and yeah, this Tongue Twister obviously is low key a legend, like so consistent, always with good material. Shox, Hulk versus Press One, again this is a great matchup, really inspired. This is two people who are kind of really in the form of their lives at the moment.
Yeah, this was one of the last battles added to the card, but one of my favourite matchups. I mean, Hulk, obviously everyone saw Hulk that was at Volume 1 when that dropped on YouTube. If you've not seen it on a pay-per-view already, what a performance, and he shut up a lot of haters with that performance. And I've always rated him. He's one of them things like, I see someone post the other day a Best of Hulk video, and I watched it, and he's had some gems, mate. He's dropped some real gems. And he is definitely on the form of his life right now. And Press is, hot off the on-beat title. And I've always rated his pen highly, not just in music, but in battling as well. He's got a real knack, again, of picking opponents apart and finding that one little thing that annoys him and making entire angles out of it that just don't get boring. And that's a difficult trait in battling. Some people can drag things on for way too long. But I mean, it's going to be an incredible battle. I think they're both hungry. Obviously, Hulk's sort of on a run to prove himself as deserving of a higher tier at the minute, and Press has not done an a cappella battle for a while, and he's hungry for it. So I can't wait to see the outcome of this one.
Yeah. Ambi, what's this to you?
Yeah, I mean, like, I think the thing with Press One, right, is he kind of has two different levels, right? He has his like on beat level, and then weirdly has like an a cappella level, and he's kind of keen to do both now and get his stock up. I think on the a cappella side, and as we all know, Hulk absolutely smashed it at Volume 1. I think he probably had performance of the night relatively easily. And I think, it makes a really good battle for both of them. Before I think we would naturally give them, bigger and better opportunities as well. So it's kind of a nice one to bring Press back for into the a cappella, and also a good one to kind of move Hulk upwards. Where again, I think underrated is going to be the tone of this kind of undercard, right? But again, Hulk's kind of overlooked a lot of the time. Yet he's fucking good at what he does. So I'm really happy to see these guys on a card. Again, both really easy to work with. So it should be a banger, to be honest. As a fan, I'm really excited for all of the battles on this card. But even these kind of what you'd consider the undercard battles are all pretty strong as well. So really happy to see this on there.
And one of the great things about UK battling in recent times has been seeing Frankie Fraser's continued ascension, really. And here yet again, he's getting a sort of revered international in Vega. How did this matchup come about?
So, really, just I've been speaking with the Australian guys for a little while, so just having a bit of back and forth, and Vega had expressed some interest to come over here, and expressed some interest to me about Frankie Fraser, and it just was one of them ones that just made sense to go, do you guys want to battle on a card that we're putting together? And they were both up for it, so it was really easy because obviously Frankie's part of the team, but also Vega was pretty keen to be working with us and come over to the UK, and he's really, really excited to be working with the team and Chalked Out, and to be able to come and put on a show for the UK audience as well. So yeah, really easy to put this one together.
Shox, what's Vega like to you? Because I guess a lot of people might not be familiar with him.
He's like an Australian Frankie Fraser.
Right.
No. He's do you know what? Vega's exciting to watch. He's an exciting prospect. I love the way that he puts his bars together. I love his delivery. And he's, a lot of, like, I always feel like Australian battle rap in general has kind of been overlooked. But I think we spoke last time, like, people like Purpose, have an incredible presence in battling and an underrated pen. And people like Vega are really making the scene look at Australia. His Well Done performance, I've heard, was incredible. But I'm waiting to see that. But
okay,
he's going to smash it against Frankie, though, 100%.
Yeah, it's very exciting, that. And Bobby Rex is battling Dundee. We have another Aussie over here as well, and this is just, again, maybe on the innuendo sort of track. You know what I mean? Sort of like soulmates in some sort of way.
This had to happen. It absolutely had to happen, because they are, they're like best friends across the globe. Right. But at the same time, that, I feel like it was a me and Tony situation where they're good friends, but that because of that, the respect they're going to give each other in writing is going to make this such a classic battle. Like, I already know it's going to be a classic, and I've not had to hear one bar yet, but right. it's going to be incredible. It's going to be incredible. They both got such a flair about them. They're both incredible rappers, incredible writers, great delivery, but at the same time, their ability to, like, clown their opponent is just unrivaled. And to have the two of them going off, I can only imagine the personals that are going to come out in this battle.
Yeah. Yeah, very, very excited for that one. But the next one, even more so, Shox, it's yourself versus Madflex, who obviously you do, and I do, and many other people do appreciate as such a accomplished writer.
Mate, do you know what? There was options that I could have gone with, obviously, in the position that I'm in. But as a selfish move, I wanted this Madflex battle because he's one of my favourites. He's one of my favourite battlers, period. Like, again, like Ambi says, people mention underrated. The thing with Madflex is he's had so many top-tier opponents. He's delivered time after time against so many opponents on so many stages. But when you ask fans, especially in Britain, to name their top 10, their top 20 American battlers, his name doesn't seem to come up as much as I think it should. And he is, watch, for anyone that's not familiar with Madflex, go watch, it's even him versus Lou Cypher. Like, the performance and the writing in that was absolutely flawless. Like, against Nestle, I think him versus Nestle is one of my favourite battles of all time. Like, if you're a rapper, genuinely enjoy rap, not just battling as a medium, but rap as an art form. Like, he's incredible. The way he strings his bars together. He's one of those writers where you literally couldn't squeeze another syllable out of it. Do you know what I mean? Like, but he never drags it on. He's not just a multi rapper. He's got amazing character as well. His presence and delivery, like, I've really got to step my performance and bars up for this one, because he's one of those guys that can effortlessly make you look very shit on stage.
It's just great to see you getting these international looks, man. Like, but like interesting ones. But are we ever going to get you versus Av?
Oh, mate, I would love that. But to be honest with you, it's the URL thing, isn't it? It's the contracts, and it makes it difficult. There's plenty of battlers that we would love to book, but they're either A, told not to do it, or B, price themselves to ridiculous levels. You know, we're not. You can't run an event and pay a battler $5,000 on top of flights and hotels. You know, you're not going to recoup the money. You're just not going to be able to do it. And it's no good having. Say we wanted to get Big K over. It's no good having, you know, me versus Big K as a headliner and then 15 tryouts because we couldn't afford to get another battler on a card with Big K on it. Do you know what I mean? You've got to balance it. And people like Madflex, we've spoken back and forth on Twitter for the best part of a year. You know, we're fans of each other's work, and when it comes to booking him, he's just one of the easiest guys. We asked if he'd be interested in the battle, told him the card. He said, I need to talk to my boss and see if I can get the time off work. Within a week, it was locked. Done.
Okay.
Great guy.
And Ambi, pretty exciting to get Madflex over, right?
Yeah, man, it's great. Like, as Shox says, right, the people like Madflex are just so easy to work with, and from a promoter perspective, you know, that makes life really, really easy for us, and we're keen to book people like that. You know, if you're easy to work with, you're very upfront about your expectations of a promoter and a league and what you want, and it's just easy to do business with people like Madflex. And then on the battling perspective as well, you know, I'm a fan of this shit, and and what a great battle that I'm going to get to watch, right? Shox versus Madflex is a great battle. So really, really gassed that, you know, he's up for working with us and he wants to come over again for the UK audience. So, as a fan, I'm really excited for this one.
And what about Mr. E versus Chiller Jones? That's a real like fan matchup. That is.
That's such a good matchup, isn't it? I literally yesterday watched Chiller versus Grey Hoodie Vega, and that mate. The thing I like about Chiller, right, is that a lot of internationals historically have taken international battles, came over here and taken the piss a lot and not really come prepared or not really put on. And there's been a lot of people that you expect to be amazing and have been a bit of a letdown. Whereas Chiller, every time I've seen him do an international, from what I can remember, has always come and put on a bit of a show and done what he does, you know. And I respect that a lot. You know, he comes to work. So, great to have a name like that on a card, and also, you know, great to see Mr. Ree wanting to work with us and come back. And I mean, Chiller versus Ree is going to be such a banger, right? So again, from a fan perspective, fanboying a little bit.
I was so stoked to lock that battle in. It was, and you know, we was sitting talking for ages, going back and forth, and the card was pretty much done. And Ambi was an advocate for, like, we need one more big battle to add to this. And we was all like, oh, really? You know, we think we're good. And Ambi kept pushing, no, one more big battle. And we were sitting there, and I was like, me and Chiller have had a chat before, you know, we follow each other. So I was like, let me just try my luck in a DM quickly and see what he's on. And started chatting to him. And again, really easy guy to work with. And when we started talking opponents, you know, the fans want to see Ree back. I'm a fan. I want to see Ree back.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, getting these two facing off was just like, if you're a fan of bars, this is going to be insane. And obviously, spoke to Ree and was like, so do you fancy battling Chiller? You can imagine how that conversation went. So, there we go. Locked. Nice and easy.
Yeah, I remember, what was it? Mr. E versus Lotta Zayat's 6th birthday. And Chiller's in the background of a lot of Ree's bars and reacting hard, so, you know, he's definitely aware of it.
I'm just waiting for, you know, you've got a rapper whose name is Mr. Ree, and his opponent's Chiller Jones. Like, how Mr. Ree name flips are we getting?
Oh my god!
Like, oh mate, it's gonna be 3 rounds of just insane wordplay. I can't wait. Scooby Doo ripped the face off a Mr. Ree villain. It's all coming.
Yeah. Religious education.
All of it.
And what I love about battling Shox to a certain extent is matchups can be announced on cards, and you can be like, "Oh, that's genius! I've never thought of that." something like A Ward versus Archaic is just fantastic, really. You know, when I heard about this originally, I just thought, yeah, it's inspired. That could be a real clash.
It's gonna be insane. You know, the thing with Ark is I've got a good relationship with Ark, and I've tried to book this guy for I cannot tell you how many battles. Right, multiple times I've offered him opponents on previous cards, and Ark has always, like, I've got so much respect for the guy because he has always said from the jump, I will only take a battle if I literally have a shit ton I want to say to someone. Like, he's not someone that can just take a battle for the sake of he needs to take the battle, or he wants to stay relevant. He'd rather just not battle for 3 years and then find someone that he's got a real bone to pick with and just go in. And when we were talking, you know, it got to A Ward again. We were talking to A Ward. He was a really cool guy, wanted to come over, and, you know, put on for the UK fans. And he's on a bit of a trajectory at the minute. He's a great writer, great performance after great performance. He's one of those really consistent battlers where you watch him and you don't realize till after you've watched it or appreciate just how effortless he is, that he never stumbles. Like, he's a great performer. And when we were chatting, I spoke to Archaic and was like, so A Ward, and he just takes back straight away, LOL. And I thought, I know where this is going. And he was like, I've got a lot to say to him. So we were like, all right, this is going to work. Spoke to A Ward, you know, would you take Archaic? And he was like, of course, you know, what a great opponent. And that locked in. And I'm, you know, still, so I look at the card with this matchup and I'm like, I can't believe this is actually going to happen. This is an insane, it's an insane wait.
Yeah, it's fucking brilliant on so many levels. You know, Ambi, it's so good, isn't it, when you get an international over and you're the first league to have them. Like, you know, an A Ward debuts here for Chalked Out.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's obviously, again, from a promoter perspective, right, that's a real bonus to be able to have on any card, right? I guess it's like, you know, any promotion, right? If you have the good people on your card, you're kind of doing well. So, you know, it's great that these people from us not really have done a great deal, right? We've done volume 1. By the time this goes out, we will have done volume 2. You know, that people are kind of seeing how we're working, like A Ward, you know, like Mad Flex, Chiller, and the guys from Australia and stuff, and they're seeing how we are operating and how we're handling our business, and they're, you know, investing their time and energy in us, which is, you know, it's amazing. You know, it's a bit of an ego boost, and you know, it's awesome to kind of know that we're doing the right things for these people to be interested, and to get him on a card and Archaic on a card again. Like, you know, I don't want any part of hosting this. I don't want any part of, you know, being part of the camera team or anything. I'm just going to kick back and enjoy this battle. Like, Shox can take care of it while I just fanboy and stand front row in the crowd, man. Because, yeah, what a great battle to have on a card, irrespective of first time or not. Just two great battlers. It's going to be an amazing battle.
But compared to the headlining battle, which is the battle that, you know, everyone's going to remember the card for, pretty much all the battles we discussed prior are just pittance compared to this. This is Tony D versus Shox Ambi. This is, I mean, this is one of the most requested battles ever, right?
Probably is the most requested battle ever. I mean,
both work.
Yeah, man. Just crazy to have on a card, right? Crazy to finally see those two going up against each other. Yeah, mad. Like, I don't know how we managed to achieve this, but fucking hell, we did. And yeah, this is going to be crazy. And so, again, like, unbelievably, for the stature they have in battle rap, like, two of the easiest, most laid back guys to ever work with, where it's not an effort to do business with them. You know, so much respect to them for that. Yeah, I don't know what to say. It's just going to be incredible.
Yeah.
They are literally like, this is what blew my mind. All right, so obviously it is one of the most requested battles of all time in battling, not just in UK battle rap, just in battle rap. Full stop. And we've heard a lot of talk about, you know, people trying to set it up and it's never come to fruition. There's a lot of shade been thrown about the fact that no league can really put this battle on. And then when it comes to actually booking this battle, I can tell you now, it took 2 phone calls, one to Tony and one to Sol. That was it. That was it. And it was booked. They are the easiest people to work with. Both so humble, considering they are the, you know, for me, the top 2 in the UK ever.
Right.
And you know, they're both really excited to do this battle. Not only are they really excited to do the battle, but they've agreed to do it judged as well. Which we're really excited for.
Okay. Jesus, man, this is just... Yeah, it's going to be like a sort of, you know, like when you battled Soul or when Sharky battled Tony. It'll be one of these kind of, you know, absolute just cornerstones. I cannot wait for this. What a fucking card, guys. Seriously. Absolutely amazing.
We've tried.
Yeah.
We're not pulling punches. It's about, you know, we put on an event that we would want to see as fans, and as a fan, I could not imagine a better card than this, to be honest. So we're so proud to be able to put this together for the fans, and selfishly for ourselves to be able to to stand back and watch this is going to be incredible.
And so the tickets, I mean, this gets announced basically at the upcoming event, Volume 2 event, but the tickets are on sale for the already the people who have bought, and then they go on general sale later. Is that right?
Yeah, so one thing that we always want to do is give customers a little kind of perk or bonus. So one thing that we build into every event is if you were a customer of an event, when the next tickets go on sale, you have kind of a grace period that you can pick up yours. So, you know, being a customer means you can guarantee a spot on the next one if you want it to come and watch. So we, by the time obviously this Battle Rap Resume goes out, Volume 2 will have happened. In the room, we will have announced this card. Everyone that is a customer in the room will have access to tickets for from when we announce it until Monday the 4th of December at 8 p.m, which is when they go on general sale. And then the last, I don't know, we haven't quite worked it out, but the last maybe 20% or 15% of tickets will be like latecomer tickets, and the price will go up a little bit, just because as a business it's better for us that if people want to come to an event that they buy early, so that we can, you know, have a predictable revenue stream coming in, and we can book future events with cards like this, which is the plan. You know, this isn't a one-off big card that Chalked Out are trying to achieve. This is what we want cards to look like moving forward for every event that we put on. So yeah, this is just the beginning, and on top of that, you know, we've got some interesting conversations going on with other leagues from around the world, you know, on stuff we can collaborate on, and you know, Shox is having some interesting conversations with some very high caliber people as well. So there's a lot more to come. You know, this is kind of us putting ourselves on a level where we want to stay.
This is Saturday the 10th of February, I should say, 2018, at Mangle as well. Definitely check that out, Mangle E8, Google that. Tickets at chalkedout.com. Guys, as always, it's been great going through this card with you.
Thank you so much for having us.
No, it's so cool. So, I guess finally, Ambi, how do people, you know, follow on all the different platforms of the league?
So Twitter and Instagram are at Chalked Out UK, patreon.com/Chalked Out. I'm trying to think what else is there.
I say, as always, to be honest with you, I just encourage people to go to chalkedout.com as the hub, because if you go to chalkedout.com, everything you need, from tickets to pay-per-view to all of the social media channels, are all in one place on the homepage, and you can just navigate instantly.
And from the website, you can sign up to a mailing list, because in future we will run promotions, competitions, give away some free merch, free tickets, free pay-per-view codes, but only if you're signed up to that mailing list, so we can keep you updated.
Okay, guys, well, you know, obviously everyone listening, pick up a ticket. I'm sure this will be sold out very, very quickly, but if you can get your hands on a ticket, the lineup is completely deserving. It is unbelievable. But Shox, Ambi, finally, thanks again, guys.
Thanks very much, Tom.
Oh, congrats on 100 episodes, bro.
Oh, thank you, man. Appreciate it, man. Thank you very much.